she's 50 years old, still acting out. I mean, now she's supposed to adopt that little boy. I'm like, man, no adoption agency should place any child with her as a mother. I don't care how many millions she has. We're raising a little boy, especially I mean, he's going to be a colored child in America. It's just like that woman should be.
Yeah.
Hopefully she returns it.
What?
If
Well, yeah.
Thank God. I'm being mean.
Yeah.
I hope that she doesn't stop. Now, you know, Andrew and Joel, on the other hand, with her poor kids or whatever many now she has, she drags them everywhere. She has baby fellows stuck in her back pocket, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I gotta tell you something, there's just a difference there. There's just a difference.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people here.
Totally sing and train for you, or
No, he won't say that's what you see.
I told you.
Is it?
That's hot work.
He's thinking of can't be in the fire. Ian John is. Wow. Most of them are good, but I mean, Brad Thornton, spaghetti. Well done.
Huh?
I'd like to welcome you all tonight to our first concert of the 2006-2007 year. And again, I think it's interesting that we find ourselves out on a snowy night. It always seems to happen for either the first or second concert. As I was driving in, it was like blazing snow. And I'm thinking, it's October. But anyways, we're still going to carry on with our fall concert. This is our junior high choir this year, 7th and 8th graders. If you notice, we grew a lot from last year, which is good. So our first tune tonight for you is called I Hear America Singing. It's a patriotic tune, originally written by Andre Thomas, but he incorporates an old American folk song / spiritual into it called Walk Together Children. actually Hebrew. It is the most common prayer that is sung in the Jewish liturgy, and it simply is a call for peace. Translated, it means, may the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens have peace descend upon us. It's a very sweet, simple melody, but kind of haunting at the same time.
to the second half of tonight's fall concert, although as Miss Warren said, I gotta tell you, coming over here tonight, it feels like this is an early winter concert. You know, maybe in March this won't feel so bad, but right now it feels awfully cold out there. And, I'm sorry, 5 days of snow in the last, week and a half or so is just too much snow for this early in October, so. Anyway, junior high band, 2006, 2007. Pay close attention tonight. First of all, you can only imagine what we sounded like 2 months ago. Okay? All I can say is it was painful. And it's much better. And the reason I'm going to ask you to listen tonight is of the incredible difference you will hear in this group between tonight and next spring. Because this is the kind of group that really makes incredible strides as the year goes on. So, what we're going to be doing tonight is 3 band tunes and a couple of solo ensemble things. A number of our students, both band and choir, are going to Augusta on November 4th for district solo ensemble. And so we'll have a little bit of that in there tonight as well. Meanwhile, we're going to start then tonight. If you've been to junior high concerts before, if you're a parent of an 8th grader, then you've seen the name John King. He just writes a lot of music, and he writes really well. What this piece is about is I'm really glad because it's a good old-fashioned march written for the junior high level. So it's got an introduction, it's got the major melody, it's got a section in the middle referred to as the dog fight, where suddenly you'll hear the low brass and woodwinds get featured, and there's a little bit of a break string for the percussion, and then the whole band kicks it back in. So we're going to start this section of the concert with a tune called Little League March. When they were in 6th grade. So this is going to be their 3rd year of doing this, which makes them real veterans of it, which is good because, frankly, they have their lessons at different times, so we didn't start pulling this piece together until last week, which is just a little bit scary, okay? The tune is called Infant Holy, Infant Lowly, basically a nice old lullaby. I'm trying to remember the composer and arranger. James Christensen, Kate, Miranda Weiss, and McKenna Powell. the students that are going to be going to Augusta, they're not going to tell you this. Yes, you can go up there and watch and listen to them if you want to. All right, next tune. Mike's Story. Tune called Fanfare and Procession, and this is the hard one of the concert for us. Woodwinds had to learn how to do trills, some percussion soloistic things going on, brass divided in half, upper brass versus lower brass, so some things that really needed some working out. Frankly, the sort of piece that I would use later in the year for band clinic, okay? Fanfare and Procession by Mike Story. Got a drum set last summer. So when we got ready for solo ensemble, I was asking the students, who want to do this, and I worked with a list that way, and he didn't say anything too much. So I just waited. I talked to his mom ahead of time. And then on Friday, I gave him this piece and said, here you go, here's your drum set solo. He took it home on Friday, came back on Monday, and he said, you want to hear it? It's got a not terribly wonderful name called Elementary Drum Set Solo Number 1. But it's a great piece of music for young drum set players to work on because the first half of the solo is in swing style and the second half of the drum solo, set solo rather, is in rock style. So Elementary Drum Set Solo Number 1, Mr. Matt Perkins. Well, thank you so much for coming out on this cold fall evening. We're going to finish up the concert with a tune called Limbo Rock. And if you haven't heard this one, you know, I don't know where you've been hiding, quite frankly. Looking for a fun tune to finish the concert, this is it. So, arranged by Paul Murtha, Limbo